Hello, everybody. Welcome back to You've Been Josh with Josh. I am your host, Josh. Welcome to another episode. Episode 39, to be exact. Today's episode is not sponsored by Great Value Appliances. Save money, live better with the cheapest toaster that you can buy on the market. For a nice solid $8.95, you can get yourself a two-slider. A two-slider where you can make your toast and your bagels, your bagels, your bagagals, your bagoogays. Slather that with butter, some cream cheese. Maybe be a little feisty and put some avocado on that shit. Who knows? But thank you for them for not sponsoring today's episode. If you're a returning listener or you're new, I appreciate you for listening in. We've been taking a little bit of a hiatus the last 2 weeks due to an injury that I sustained on my lower back region. I was going to say nether region, but that would be the wrong part of my body. My back. But we're back. No pun intended. We're back. We're back from having the back injury. We're back from having the back. Back. We're back of the back. Back of the back. We're back. And we're better than ever, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm feeling a lot better, thankfully. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. We're in the process of moving, me and my wife, which is very exciting. We've been in this apartment, the studio apartment, for over 3 years. My bed has always been beside me while I streamed. I started streaming here, and so it's gonna be sad when I move out. But we'll talk about that when the time comes. We're in the process of that. It's trying to find a place. The housing market's fucking awful. So bad, especially if you throw in having a dog. It's crazy. It's craziness. But we're back, and I'm happy to continue doing the podcast because this is one of my favorite things that I do every week because it's a lot of fun just to chat about shit. To just throwing words out of your mouth hole. It's great. It's fucking fantastic. But thankfully, after some time away, we're having Shaq back on. You've missed 2 episodes ago or last episode. It's been a while now. I have no idea. If you missed the last episode, we talked about how I had Shaq, the Shaq _ on before, and we recorded a full 2 hours. And sadly, Audacity had the audacity to fucking delete everything. So sadly, we lost all that footage. I say footage, but it's more like the voice, the audio, and we lost it, which was unfortunate. It was unfortunate. However, we have them on again, and we're going to re-record. So this is a brand new conversation, and I hope you enjoy it. Like we've joked about, like 2 weeks ago when we first recorded it, that entire conversation we had and the improv we did inside will now forever be just an inside joke in memory for us that we will share for the rest of our days. But without further ado, let's welcome them in. Everybody put your hands together for the one, the only, the Shaq _ How you doing, my guy?
I'm doing great, dude. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be recording, and I'm happy to have you back, man. I was just saying in the intro portion about how all of that stuff we talked about will now forever just be a memory for us.
Yeah. No one's gonna know. It's secrets locked away that nobody can ever discover.
Yep. Lock and key. Oh, speaking of lock and key, this is totally random. Did you see they're making a new National Treasure?
No. No way.
Yep. A Disney Plus original movie.
Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
There's like literally no information on it except for a picture, and it's like National Treasure, like top secret or something. Like, I can't remember what it is, but it's got like a green emblem. It's got like the pyramid, with the eye. But I swear to God, if they don't have Nick Cage in it, then I'm not gonna go watch it. Like, it has to have Nick Cage. That was childhood.
You can't not have Nick Cage.
I know.
Listen, if you watch the first one, I think it's the first or second one. There's definitely sexual tension between Nicolas Cage and the president, by the way. I recommend you go back and watch that. You could feel the sexual tension between the two of them.
Yeah, no, I remember that distinctly because we watched, my wife and I watched it like, it was like a month ago or something like that. We watched all the old, like all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And then we saw the National Treasure on there and we're like, we need to watch these. And we watched them. We thought it was weird. It's interesting that you bring that up because I talked to someone else about it not that long ago. And I was like, did you think that scene was weird? They're just very close.
Yeah, they're very close, very intimate. And that's like, it's not the first time shit like that has happened in a movie that I've watched in the past too. Like sometimes in like a brother-sister relationship, there's some weird sexual tension between the two of them. Like, why did you let this go through? Why did you not put them in another direction? Like they clearly want to fuck each other.
Perfect example of that. Have you seen Dexter?
No, I haven't. That's actually one of the shows I haven't seen.
Okay. I won't give anything away, but just the brother-sister dynamic of those two. Dexter and it's weird. It's weird.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole Cruel Intentions vibe from characters.
yeah. Well, it's a little weird. It's a little odd. Just 10. But Shaq, thank you again so much for coming on and giving me your time. Especially after everything that happened last time. I really appreciate you. And to anyone who doesn't know, this Shaq is on twitch.tv. If you want to go check him out, all his information is down below. Just like last time and just like the new setup, I got some questions for you, a little getting to know you, for all the people who are listening. And they're kind of quick, you gotta keep on your feet. And then we'll talk about some other things. I got some weird questions for you. I got some interesting questions for you. It's just, we're just going to do a little back and forth. Get a little nimble.
Ready.
Loosen me up.
I'm ready to get lubricated.
oh my. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Favorite color?
Blue.
All right. Favorite food?
Chilaquiles.
Favorite drink?
Okay, I might have said something different last time, but now I'm saying horchata.
You did say that last time. Favorite fruit?
I did. Let's go. Favorite fruit? Peaches.
Delicious.
And apples too, right? Am I right? Right, Josh?
Perfect answer. Favorite season?
Fall.
Fall. Perfect. Favorite childhood game?
World of Warcraft or Looney Tunes Racing.
Beautiful games. Favorite current game that you're playing?
Rust. Rust right now.
Beautiful. Favorite movie or TV show?
Princess Bride, 100%.
Love that movie. Favorite genre of music?
Oh, I listen to a bunch of stuff. Right now, it's probably alternative.
Good old alt.
It slaps so much.
It's so good. Favorite book?
Ender's Game.
Great. A favorite word?
Kerfuffle.
Favorite number?
37.
Favorite animal?
Owls.
What is your Hogwarts house?
I'm a Ravenclaw.
Oh, hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Were you a blanket or a stuffed animal kid?
Stuffed animal kid.
Alrighty. Soft taco or shell?
Depends. Sometimes I really like the crunch, man. Crunch. Crunchy.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you eat your Oreos whole or do you pull them apart?
I eat them whole and I put a fork right in the middle of the cream and I dunk them in the milk.
Dunking. Yes, it's perfect. Toilet paper, over or under?
I did. Mine's broken, so I just keep it on my bathroom counter, and I put it on my finger.
You
so
have
I
it
just
sticking
roll
up.
Yeah,
You do what works.
Yeah.
What kind of bender would you be if you were in Avatar: The Last Airbender? Earth, fire, water, or air?
Oh, probably air, man. Just think of the possibilities you could do with like a fart too. How much deadlier that would be.
Yeah, like fart bending. It's like how water bending has blood bending. You got fart bending. It's like gas.
When I would run laps in junior high for PE, I would fart. As I was running past people, I'd fart and go, speed boost.
See, I grew up in a farming town, so we would just say crop dusting and just run,
Crop dusting.
Crop dusting.
Oh,
Then you put your hands out like you're a plane, like a biplane. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. Okay, perfect. Just to touch on those just a little bit. I do remember you remembered the fruit question. Good for you. So childhood game. You said World of Warcraft and Looney Tunes Racing. I played Looney Tunes Racing a lot when I was younger. I loved that game. But World of Warcraft, I grew up on Wizard 101, old school RuneScape, and Toontown. I don't know if you played those. But I
never got a chance to play them.
No, they're fantastic. But I never got into World of Warcraft because it was just, like my family was not into like fantasy that much. Like I didn't get to read like Harry Potter until like I was like in late middle school, early high school. Just because like a religious background and stuff. So like fantasy and stuff was like very limited to what I was doing, which is weird because I was able to play Wizard 101. I don't understand. Maybe it's because it looked kiddish. I don't know. But I always wanted to try World of Warcraft, and I keep seeing you tweet about it that you've been streaming it and like want to play, and I'm tempted just to fucking download it and just go.
My favorite thing, Josh, is taking people who have never played World of Warcraft before and playing with them. Like what I'll do is I'll literally start a character from level 1 with you and level it with you to max if you want, just to make sure that you know the fundamentals of the game. I hate the game, but I love the game kind of thing. I keep playing it, I think, because I've been playing it since I was a kid, so there's whole nostalgia factor to it.
Yeah.
It keeps sucking me back in. It's the music, it's the art design, it's a whole bunch of shit.
Yeah.
I can't get away from it, man.
Well, that's how it's like Wizard 101 I used to play all the time, but I was only able to do certain areas because I remember certain areas were locked to only members, or you could purchase them getting cards at like gas stations or Walmart and stuff. And I would save up my fucking like allowance, and I would go down to the 7-Eleven that was down the road from my house and buy one of those cards that had like the coins, and then I would purchase a section, and then I would just literally grind that section out. And so they have been constantly updating it with like graphic wise, and then content. And so every single time I go back, like the music gets better, like everything stays the same, but just looks better. And I have a fucking crush on the fire teacher. Delilah, she's thick as fuck, and I cannot get her out of my mind. She's
Fire Teacher Wizard 101. I didn't even have to type the whole thing into Google before it auto-filled.
Yeah.
And can confirm.
She's fucking hot.
She's thick.
She
looks like a fire teacher. I love the hairstyle.
Oh no, it's the full-on flame. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. No, it's a great game, honestly. And they got like a whole like they have like mounts that you can get that like actually like move with you, and like you can have your own house and decorate it and shit. Like it's a dorm room. It's kind of cool. It's like a whole on like wizarding experience. I think the only thing better will be this Hogwarts Legacy game that comes out here soon. I think that one will be like that's gonna be peak. Oof.
I'm so conflicted with that game because I want to play it. Every time I think about buying it, I want to play it. I'll open up Twitter and I see like 6 tweets that are like, if you play this new Harry Potter game, you're a piece of shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
come on, man.
So that's the thing. Okay, so like this has no affiliation with, you know, J.K. Rowling and all that stuff, and and
then I'm playing it.
Well, here's the thing: it has its own story. So she's getting some royalties because of the name, like Hogwarts. But like this is a Portkey game original. Like some of the elements, yes, are going to be the same and will be used. But like this is their own story. This is not something they wrote. This is something that they, and so it's one of those things where it's like it's that whole discussion of. Are we playing just, dead to the conversation, or are we, adding to the fire?
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh yeah, I hate big corporations or I hate landlords, but we're still going to keep doing it because it's necessity. Like we can't just like up and right strike. Oh, I'm not going to live in a house or an apartment for landlords, or because that's another topic that's really popular right now is the whole landlord debate. And yeah, I can attest to it. I've been looking for a new apartment for the last 5 months, and it is a shit show. And we've lost out like $200 just by putting in applications. It's fucking insane.
I
But
will say
like,
the whole money system for putting in an application for apartments
oh,
is a scam,
it's
dude.
awful.
It's
But
such
like, that's the thing.
bullshit.
Like, some of those things have to be in place, otherwise people would abuse it, you know, and
That's
people are
true.
abusing it. And so it's like we built this entire, oh wow, we're going really in depth. We didn't even get through the getting to know you. We built this entire society on things that are broken, but also they work for a reason. And like
Yep.
things need to be changed, but at the same time, we have to be really cautious because we've seen what one thing can make everything else crumble. COVID fucked everything. It made a lot of the things that were already there even worse. And so I think that like that whole debate of like, oh, should we do this? It's like it's a game. You're gonna love it. She's not gonna get too much from it. You might as well just fucking enjoy it. Not to mention, why not? If you're that worried about it, donate to an LGBTQ plus thing, the same amount.
That's true. That's actually a great idea.
That's how I'm gonna do it. When I get the game, I'm gonna just take what I'm spending on the game and just donate it to the Trevor Project. Because
fuck yeah,
why not?
that's a great.
I would do that anyway, so why not just do that? It make me feel a little bit better.
That's true. You know what? That's a great idea. And you know what? I've always wanted to be a fucking wizard. Okay.
Yes, dude.
I'm gonna be a fucking wizard.
I want to be I'm a Hufflepuff, man. I want to be in a dorm and just fucking just do spells. And they have open world flight on brooms. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be so good. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for that. But continuing, you said kerfluffle was your favorite word?
Kerfuffle, yeah, kerfuffle.
I learned a new word, bumblefuck. I don't know where it is or where it originated, but apparently it's something that people say. It's like, oh, it's a catastrophe. Like, this is going to be a bumblefuck. Or you could use it in terms of a person. They're a bumblefuck. And I love it.
Wow.
It's just so simplistic, but lovely,
I like that.
Bumblefuck.
Bumblefuck.
Bumblefuck. It's a bumblefuck.
Kerfuffle's a good one for me because it's just like it just feels fun to say.
Yeah.
And it's just a commotion or fuss, especially when caused by conflicting views. There was a kerfuffle over the chairmanship. I definitely just read that definition. That wasn't in my head.
Oh, you're good. I'm pretty sure bumblefuck is not actually a word. It's probably an Urban Dictionary word, but it's still good. I love it.
It's a strong word.
It's yeah. What was the other question I was going to say? Oh yeah, I have another set of questions for you. Okay. These are just the random ones, so you can take your time with them. Answer how you feel. There's no right or wrong answer. It's just the way you see fit to answer is perfect. Is rollerblading just warm ice skating?
Yes. Yeah. You know what? It is. It is.
Yeah. Does the Eiffel Tower turn you on a little? A bit?
No, actually. No? It doesn't.
I'm more of a Washington Monument kind of guy, It's
yeah.
It's more cylindrical.
Yeah, no, I like the Leaning Tower of Pisa myself, just because mine leans to the left just a tad.
It's more realistic, to us.
Yeah,
it makes sense. That's a great answer. It's 2:43 a.m. You have awoken by the sound of dripping water. You pull yourself out of bed, walk to the sliding door that overlooks your garden terrace, and open the door. You are suddenly hit with the realization that you are on a submarine and have been sleepwalking. How do you proceed?
First of all, I'd panic because I'm way too large to fit in a submarine. I would not feel safe. Next step, I don't know. I guess I would just be trapped and try to acclimate to everybody else around me. Unless I'm the only one in the submarine, then I'm probably just going to die.
Hopefully you don't give them any speed boosts. You're trapped in there.
Yeah. Oh,
no. That would be unfortunate.
Boost? That's actually that's the whole secret behind Lucio's superpowers in Overwatch. It's just farts.
Oh my gosh. That's like what's his name? Caustic in Apex. Whenever he puts those bombshell down things, I just think of farts. That's all I can think about.
Well, it doesn't help too because he's got the voice line where when he puts it down or he throws his ultimate down, he's like, "Breathe it in," that kind of thing, without the voice correct that mine just did.
Normalize Caustic's kink for farts, everybody. Okay, that's all we want. That's all we want. Just give it to us. We already know he likes it. Okay.
Yeah.
Just make it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Make it plot. Make it. We know it's there.
Yeah.
It's part of the lore.
Canon.
Make it canon, please. Make Caustic's origin story just being farted on in a submarine. Who knows?
Yeah.
Do you believe in alien abduction?
I don't know enough about it yet. So I will say this. I feel like there's no shot that there isn't life out there with how vast the universe is. But in terms of alien abduction, I have no clue.
Cottage cheese. Thoughts?
Nope.
All right.
Texture. Disgusting.
Nope. So do you like what's it called? Tapioca pudding?
Not as much, no. Not a huge fan. It's weird. I don't like cottage cheese, but I can eat rice pudding. I don't know.
Rice pudding is pretty close to like tapioca as well. It's got that same consistency.
Maybe I like tapioca, but cottage cheese, just the way it looks, it's just.
Yeah. You want to hear something weird though? I'm not a huge fan of cottage cheese by itself, but cottage cheese mixed with apple butter, oh boy, it's delicious.
Anything with apple butter immediately will make me want to try it. So I'm gonna have to
apple butter. It slaps. It's so good. I wish that it looked more appealing, but no pun intended, by the way. But it's one of those. It's one of those things. Like it's just brown. It looks like really like a bad Taco Bell experience, but it's delicious, and you want to put it on anything.
I take that back. Maybe I don't want to try it now with how you just described it. Sorry. It's a bad Taco Bell experience.
It looks so bad. It's just brown. Like if you take an apple, trust me, I know my apples. If you leave some apples out, they brown so quickly. Oh,
of course.
Like if you want to save apple slices, pro tip for all you apple lovers out there. If you want to have slices of apples prepped and ready for your morning to take on your lunch for your work day, put a little lemon juice in the bag, shake it up. It'll keep them nice and fresh. It'll give it a little zest, and it'll make sure that they don't brown and get soft. Pro tip.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah. But yeah, apple butter slaps. Okay, next one. It's autumn. The leaves have brown. No pun. We were just talking about that. The leaves have browned and begun to fall. As you walk through the park in your neighborhood, you notice a small squirrel leaping around the leaves. It stops, looks you in the eyes, and you exchange nods. Then, without warning, the sky opens up and a giant acorn falls from the sky and lands on the seesaw. How do you proceed?
I'd probably have a Chicken Little moment, to be honest. The whole thing where I'd run around the town going, "The sky is falling! The sky is falling!"
See, I would be the pig with a hyperventilating pack. Wasn't he German? Was he German?
I think he was.
He was like, the sky is falling.
The sky is falling.
Oh no! It's like the caterpillar from Bug's Life. It's a beautiful butterfly.
Dude. Yeah, I'm a beautiful little butterfly. Yeah.
You wanna? I'll change your life if you look up the Dutch version of the Bug's Life. The butterfly sounds so good. If you look up the Dutch dubbed version of Bug's Life, that scene with the butterfly, I shit you not, it's the funniest fucking thing you'll ever watch. Just the way he says it, the guy who voices it, it's so good. But anyway, that's besides the point. So you said your favorite fruit was apples, but also peaches. I'm assuming peaches were more so. I think you remembered me talking about this last time, but why isn't your favorite? Because we know peaches are your favorite. Why isn't it your favorite fruit apples?
Okay. It's probably just because I ate a bunch of apples growing up, to be honest. My mom loves green apples with peanut butter. I still love it from time to time, but she would eat it so frequently. And also, I like more vegetables than I do fruits, to be honest. So when I eat the peaches, it's not the healthy way to eat peaches. It's the ones that are in the can with all the fucking sugary syrup and shit.
Oh, yeah?
Or the ones that come with those plastic cups. Oh, those little peach cups. Ooh.
Dude, they're good. There's something good about those, especially on like if you have those in the fridge and you pull those out on a hot day, dude, Oh, you just
Oh.
drink it out of the fucking cup. It's so good.
Those peach cups have been my savior because sometimes when you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just like, I'm so thirsty. But like, water is not going to quench that thirst. I walked into the fridge and I grabbed myself a peach cup and I was like, there it is. This is exactly what I need in this moment.
Shaq tip. Midnight hydration, peach cups. Dude, that's so funny. Captain's log. Stardate 6442. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had a peach cup. And my thirst was quenched.
Yeah.
Captain's log out. Oh my god, that's so funny. Holy shit. When did you start streaming, Shaq? We're through the questions. Thank you so much for putting yourself through that again. When did you start streaming for yourself? For people who don't know you.
Ooh, okay. So first time that I like officially streamed was 2018.
Mhm.
I just kind of like did it for fun because my buddy did it. He kind of like put me onto it, and I thought I could entertain people. And I was just playing Realm Royale. And that game got me to affiliate, but it was always just like as soon as I hit affiliate, I stopped streaming. It was just like an on and off kind of thing because I let other outside experiences get in the way, or I put my attention in the wrong places. So I finally got back into it during COVID, but I was still doing the same shit, playing games that I had fun with temporarily, but like long term, I was trying to follow trends, and it fucking sucked. So I consider me officially starting as a streamer probably right before I found Hover, because that's when my content changed to what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So I guess 5 months ago is when I consider myself officially like streaming like how I've wanted to.
Interesting. So like, what did you start like in college is when you started, or was it before then?
Yeah. I was going to community college, and my buddy Marcus at the time, he was talking about this game called Destiny 2 that he loved so much, and he streamed it. It's like a whole bunch of people. Like he used to stream to like hundreds of people, I believe, when he played Destiny, and I was like, wow, that's fucking amazing. Like I viewed him as like a fucking celebrity. I was like, this guy's my friend. He streams to so many people. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting because like when I first started, because I started during COVID, like towards the end of it, like it was in like the fall. I was a little bit behind on how everything was. I could have started in the summer because I had planned it before like in like the springtime, but because of how I am, like I wanted to make sure I knew everything about OBS. I wanted to make sure I had all the bots that I wanted. I want to make like I was like prepping myself because I was like, I want this to be perfect. If I'm going to do it, I want it to be amazing. And I was like, I'm going to make all these panels and the transitions and all. And I just took way too long. And then it was like October when I started. But it was honestly just because of like YouTube, because I was a YouTube person. So I was just like, I would always watch like Jacksepticeye and PewDiePie, Markiplier. And Call Me Carson and those groups of people. And I always knew that streaming existed, and I knew that like people would stream on YouTube, but I didn't like know much about it, and I didn't even have a Twitch account. I just watched YouTube stuff. So I saw like the compilations of their streams and highlight clips and stuff like that, like the 10 most awkward moments the person's been caught cheating on Twitch, those types of things. And I was just like, what is this? Like, this seems so interesting. And I know we talked about this last week, but you grew up doing theater and you love theater. And I did the same, and I realized that it wasn't for me as like a career, but I still wanted to work for myself, but also but then also like just entertain to a sense. And I was always playing video games all the time because I like to trophy hunt on PlayStation, which is basically just getting all the achievements in a game. And so I was like, why don't I just like, at the time I was a barista at Starbucks, and I was like, I have all this extra time after I get off work. I hopped up on caffeine. I was like, I'll just come home, I'll stream. I'll just stream what I'm hunting for trophies, and people show up, cool. And I remember my first stream, I played. I tried to play Among Us, and I didn't have anybody who could join. I had a couple friends who said they'd join, and then they weren't able to, so I just kind of sat there for a little bit. And then I played like this hour-long achievement game. I beat it really quickly, and then I played Raft, and then I started a series of Raft for a little bit. And that was before like they had all the stuff out, and like they didn't have like the animals on the islands and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I think the only thing they had was the bird and the rats.
Fuck that bird. Fuck that bird.
That bird is
that
a
just
piece of
flies
shit.
Past you, locks onto your fucking head. You're minding your own business, not even bugging it, and then you get a boulder dropped to the dome.
Dude, that game's so much fun though. But yeah, it was just interesting. And it kind of went from there. My content's gone like all over the place, and like I was kind of like what you were saying, where I started out doing like trophy hunting stuff, and then I started making friends, and I got affiliate and stuff like that, and I started just doing what everyone else was doing and playing only games with other people, and just I did like Sea of Thieves, Warzone, all that kind of stuff, and I just wasn't really doing what I enjoyed. I was just kind of playing games with other people, which is great. But then I was like, I really want to do things that I enjoy, and I was able to go full time with streaming, and I kind of just I'm still trying to find myself, but it's kind of like a mixture of like I play a shit ton of indie games, and then I do just chatting. We've been doing a lot of art recently. I don't know if you saw my my parody posters I've been doing.
No,
I'll have to show you after the thing, but we've been taking movie posters and making them into something else by Photoshop, and it's been fucking awesome. But I'll show you after the podcast. But what about you? What you said you what were you streaming at first? What was the first game you played?
It was Realm Royale.
I've never played that
one. So Realm Royale was this game that it got released when Fortnite was still big, and a lot of people, including Ninja, like they all take the time to go over to a new battle royale to test it out and stuff. And people were like, "Ooh, this game is going to kill Fortnite." And so I played it, and I found out I was actually pretty good at it because the game is extremely easy. All the guns are hit scan. You don't have to worry about bullet drop or anything like that. And I thought it was amusing that when you got knocked, you got turned into chickens. And so if somebody eliminated you when you were a chicken, you were out. But if they didn't, you could successfully run away. Then you would come back. You could do that up to like 2 times or something until you were just like eliminated all.
So you don't have to be like revived. You just come back after a period of time it's gone by.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. That's interesting.
Yeah, it was kind of fun for the time that it was relevant. I don't know. I notice I get sucked into these games, and then for whatever reason, they just become irrelevant faster than I even fucking played them. Yeah. Oh, Hyperscape. Do you ever play Hyperscape?
I have not. No.
That was another BR that was released that I played a fuck ton of, and I was like, "This is it. This is gonna be the game that I main." And then the game just dies, and I'm like, "Never mind."
Yeah. It's interesting because I'll hyperfixate on a game for a period of time, and then I'll get bored and then I'll move on to something else. But then I always will go back to it after a while. And so like right now I've been playing like a shit ton of Fortnite. I used to play it like 3 years ago. But then I recently got it back into it, and I've been just fucking grinding the shit out of that game. And it's been fun. Yeah, battle royales are fun, man. I really enjoy it. So like your content now, like you do a lot of like just chatting and like shows and stuff. And I know that derives a lot from your time doing theater and your personality, obviously, but like is it like do you want to expand upon that eventually? Like you do like your instead of yes and you do what is it called? Fuck.
Yep also.
Yep also. I'm so used to hearing yes and that I'm saying hearing yep also. I can't remember that. Yep also, which is like yes and improv. And then you have like what is it, right?
Yeah, I've got the Tell Then Show,
yeah. And stuff like that. But like, is there other things that you've like been thinking of trying out as like shows or like?
Yeah, I've got a whole book of shit, man. There's one that I'm prepping to do maybe the next couple of weeks. I want to reach out to people. It's loosely inspired by Sam and Andre's Hired or Fired show that they do.
Oh, okay.
But for me, it would be like scuffed X-Men, pretty much. I would be like the Professor Xavier, essentially.
Oh, shit.
I'd have really shitty superpowers. I'd have a terrible fucking costume. And the people who are coming onto the show will have like a little interview section to try to get onto the X-Men or whatever name I could think of it. Think for it. And they have to have a super shitty power. Like it'll ask them shit like, how did you get your powers? What is your, what good deed did you do recently? Like, who did you save? How did you do it? Are your parents dead? Shit like that.
That's funny. I love that, dude. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Shout out to marijuana.
Yo, honestly, PA is a pretty dry state in all regards. But CBD has been like rising the ranks here, and now we have Delta 8, which is like the strain of
Oh,
like CBD like right below,
yeah.
And I was able to snag some from a friend who owns a shop here in my town for my back, and I haven't, because it's like you need a medical license to have it here, like to be able to actually get marijuana.
Yeah.
It's been a while. It's been since my wedding that I've had anything. And
Dang.
I straight up, me and my wife shared a gummy. We had a gummy and we were watching something. And then we woke up 12 hours later with Sheets, which is like the gas station here in PA. They have like a
Uh-huh.
really nice, like made to order food. We had Sheets mozzarella sticks and fries next to us. We don't remember ordering it. We don't remember going out and getting it. We don't
Oh, shit.
anything. And we just woke up because we have like no tolerance for it,
Yeah, yeah.
And so we just woke up like fucking just the best sleep of our lives. I felt like my back didn't hurt. I was just like, and I was like, man,
Where am I?
those are some strong ass gummies, and they're not even that strong. I just haven't, But yeah, it's crazy, dude. That shit will take care of any pain you have. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, 100%.
It's crazy.
I didn't used to be a big weed smoker. It used to be more of like a casual thing, like with friends. But now that I have been smoking weed, I guess I smoke every night. Like, and it's great. I do it by myself, and it's fucking fantastic. Weed makes me tunnel vision on one thing like crazy. So if I'm working on something, I could get that done real quick. But what ends up happening is sometimes I go, what if I just pulled up YouTube, and then I'm just going down a fucking hole, rabbit hole of YouTube videos. But it works out because from these random, I can watch literally any video, and for whatever reason, it'll just give me an idea for content and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube journeys are interesting.
Oh yeah, I ended up watching people build terrariums for like 3 hours, and I was like, "This is amazing."
I have so many people that I follow who do like miniatures, the terrariums, and then also the outdoor builders, like the guys in like Bangladesh who like build the houses by themselves. Dude, those things are
shit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
those things are amazing. I put those on for relaxation because they got like 10-hour videos where they just build the entire thing, and I'll just put that in the background. It's so relaxing. Also, huge shout out to I've mentioned this on the podcast before, but Fire Kitchen, 100% recommend go checking them out. They have a Twitch page. They stream 24/7, just all of their videos in a compilation that just keeps getting more videos added to it, so it just keeps playing constantly. But it's just him cooking out in the woods in the mountains over a fire.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
And it's like ASMR, like up in your face, like cooking the meat and cutting the vegetables, and it's just so relaxing. Like I don't know what it is about it, but it's just so fucking relaxing to watch. So Shaq, what's the story behind your name Shaq and your theme for your channel? Like where did that derive from?
Oh man, so fun fact, my original Twitch name used to be ironic_AW because ironic, just that was taken. And originally I thought it would be so funny and quirky to just every notification I had would be a reference to a TV show or a song where somebody said ironic. Like if I got a follow, it would be Alanis Morissette saying, "Isn't it ironic?" It never panned out. Ironic? I never did it. Yeah. I gave up on it. I realized I didn't like the name, and Shaq is actually half of my last name. And I was just, I think it became my Instagram name first before I made it my Twitch name. And I was like, you know what? Why not just transfer it over to everything? And I just liked the way it sounded better. And most of the people, like there was a lot of people in high school and stuff too that would prefer to call me by my last name. So I was like, let's just take half of that. And, the easier part of the name to pronounce, and we'll just make that our name.
Hey, it works. It's catchy. It's also very easy to remember too, to be honest.
Which is great.
Yeah. It's hard coming up. Like I think branding is a huge thing for anybody. It's hard to like come up with like, oh, what is going to be my thing? What is going to be my name? What, because you want something that people are going to remember. You're going to want something that people can be like, oh, that, it catches the eye. And I remember when I was younger, all of my usernames were Elflord 3000. And I was
Elflord?
Yeah, Elflord 3000.
Change your name right now on Twitch, Elflord.
Elflord
3000.
I don't know where the 3000 came from. Probably because Elflord was taken, obviously. But like, I used to play like a shit ton of Skyrim, and so like I was always a wood elf, and I would just just fucking grind that shit. But yeah. Then as I like got older in like middle school and stuff, people would be like, "Oh, are you joshing me? What are you joshing me? Huh? You just messing around? you little josher?" And I was like, "Oh, this is Josh can be used as a joke. This means kidding. Oh, so I've been joshing everybody." And so I when I was younger, I had a balloon business. I can twist balloon animals. That was like a thing for me for a while.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I do it on stream every once in a while when it's like an event or something. But I used to like do it for money. Like I used to go to parties and like carnivals and shit like that and do that and get a lot of money from it. And that was like that's the way I was able to pay for a lot of things when I was younger.
Yeah.
But through that, I wanted business cards because obviously, like, it's a business. I was 12. I wanted to become a businessman. And so I used Vistaprint. I don't know if you've ever used Vistaprint before.
Never,
but when you buy like a certain amount of business cards, you get like a free promotional item that you can choose. And one of the items was like one of those stamps for like putting like your like a date or like your name or something on there, like you can stamp like a letter. And so you could customize it. So I had "You've been Josh" with an exclamation point as the stamp. And so throughout all of high school, I would just carry it in my backpack and stamp people's homework with it. And it was, I don't know why. I thought it was the funniest thing. Looking back, it's not funny, but like when I was a kid, I was like, I've been joshing everybody. When the teachers grade, when their homework gets graded, they're gonna be like, "Who's this Josh guy? Why why is he joshing us? Why is he joshing us?" And who is this guy? And so I just started using that as my username for everything. Like all of my socials, my private stuff was been joshed. And so when I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna start streaming," I was like, what do I do? And I was like, apples. I love apples. Perfect. Green. Everyone likes green. I was like, I'll just do Bin Josh. It has nothing to do with the Apple theme, but it's easy to remember. And I was like, that's where I'm going. Yeah, no, it's interesting. I think that a lot of people, like, especially as a fellow streamer, you can attest to this. I think that it's really nice to see names come up in chat that and it's a lot easier for us to remember something that's well thought out rather than like 69420 farter or something that comes in as like AAA _ 642 or something like that.
I'll tell you what, I've had a newer community member come in recently, and I will never forget their name. Their name, as soon as they followed me, their name is My Pussy, but it's PUCY.
POCY?
PUCY.
PUCY. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
My pussy.
And I said, "Am I pronouncing that correctly?" They said, "Yes, you are." I said, "All right."
Okay, all right.
Come in.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I think that's the thing. You remember them, I wouldn't say that you should probably start making a brand off of that, but
absolutely not. No.
Yeah, no, and it sucks too because I see a lot of people like from a business standpoint, like you see that some people make their names off of like video game characters. Like I have somebody in my community, I love them, but their name is Whomping Waluigi. And like my worry is like if they ever did get bigger, like that would be so many lawsuits. Like you can't because if you want to have like your whole thing be Waluigi, that's Nintendo based. Like of course they're gonna sue your ass. Like that sucks,
Yep.
But yeah, it's interesting. Plus, I love people change their name all the time. It's always interesting to see that. It's cool. I think that it says a lot about a person with their theme and their name and how they incorporate that in because it's your brand. Even if you're not doing this as as a career, just doing it as a hobby, like it shows that you put in a lot of effort and you it's you.
Yeah,
it's you.
Exactly. At this point, dude, when I'm out in public. Because I've been just inside and streaming for so long that when people call me by my real name, I'm like, don't do that.
It's weird. It's weird.
I'm
yeah.
Shaq. Okay, I'm Shaq.
No, well, that's the thing. Like, I call. There's somebody who's in my community called Wope, and that's not actually their
Mhm.
name, but like I'm so used to calling him Wope that like if I met him in real life, I would still call them Wope because
Yeah.
it's just muscle memory at this point, you know.
Dude, everybody on on Boys Trip and stuff. We called everyone like it was just Tiff, Astra. It was still Capri. It was still Mer. It was still Scootish.
Yeah.
Like nobody used like the real names except for Spicy. Spicy we called Carmen, but that's because she gets called both on stream anyways. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Yeah. One of those things that will just forever be I think unique to just like hold all of social media is the fact that like we like not I wouldn't say hide, but like we become our identity on Twitch and on YouTube and stuff like that, where it's like people know you as that name. Like you think of Ninja. When you say Ninja, you think him. Like that's it's just one of those. It's just interesting. But anyway,
Tyler Blevins feels like a bad word.
Yeah, no, it does. It sounds weird. It doesn't. I for a second there, I had to take a moment because I was like, "Wait, who?" And then I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah."
You know what? You're being a real Tyler Blevins right now, man.
Blevins. What the Blevin are you doing here?
God Blevins.
God, freaking Blevins. So what? You've been streaming for a while, much longer than I have. But what's your favorite part about streaming as like a whole? Like, not to be cliche and stuff, like if your answer is, just the community that you've built and like entertaining and meeting new people, like there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's one of those things that I feel like we as a people on Twitch like take for granted. You know what I'm saying? So don't feel like if that's your answer, hell yeah.
Well, first and foremost, I love the community that I've started to build. I've dreamed of having a community like this, but my favorite part about streaming is literally just knowing that I can make people laugh and create a space where they could just kind of forget the bullshit that's going on for a bit.
Yeah.
And they could just hang out, have a good time, and not worry about anything. Like, I want you to feel safe but have fun in my stream, which is why, like, I'm always just goofing around. Like, if you want to laugh at me, go ahead, laugh at me. It's no problem. But also, if people want to come in and try to fuck with my community or fuck with me, like I'm very
dad
easily
mode.
can flip a switch. Yeah,
I'll go dad mode.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, like I don't stand for that shit here. I don't tolerate that. And then I'm like, all right, back to the music, back to vibing, back to doing dumb shit. Fuck you.
Yeah, I think to be honest, like obviously, like trolling and stuff is going to be around forever. It's just always going to be a thing. However, I think that are getting more accustomed to dealing with it on all regards. And like, certain things are still going to make us feel like shit when they happen. Like, like we can put up a front and be like, and handle in the moment. But after the stream, you're going to be like, fuck, like that really threw me for a loop or whatnot. But I think that we've culturally have been more apt to be able to handle those situations and are able to navigate those better with everything that we've had to deal with. I think that we can do those situations a lot easier now.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's just so much easier to just be like, hey, fuck you, and then just move on.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's funny because you can see the entire chat turn on that one person and then instantly flip it right back to like, all right, yeah, well, we're doing this, we're having a good time. We're having a good time.
Last night I went in on somebody and the people in my chat were like, this is good content.
No, it is. I mean, think about it. You think of hecklers with stand-up comedians, bro?
I think honestly, I could do some great heckling, like crowd work, if I ever decided to pursue stand-up comedy or something. Last night, a group of people came in from like the Rust community. The Rust community is inherently extremely toxic.
Yeah.
And they just started running their mouth. And then I was just kind of like dancing through it and like firing back at him. And one of the guys said, I look like I work at Micro Center. And I was like, honestly, I worked at Micro Center and I'll still fuck your mom in the process and build a PC that we'll give you for your birthday. And I just went right back to dancing.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Dude, that's so fun. Did you save that moment?
I'm going to go back and clip it. I watched it last night just to make sure it felt as epic as it did when I said it,
Yo, it's one of those moments, how like when you sit in the shower and you relive like a moment that you had like in high school or something, and you're like, damn, if I would have said that, I would have had
Oh,
like
yeah.
one of those take off the shades and walk off into an explosion moment, you know? Like when you have those IRL, it is the best fucking feeling in the world. But then, especially with us being live all the time, you go back and you watch it and you're like, man, I'm cringy as hell. Holy fuck, I'm a piece of shit. You're like, oh my God. So I'm glad that moment held true. You have to send me that when you pull it, because I'd love to see that.
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
Oh, those moments are so pure.
I love shit like that.
So good. Holy shit. What is it? Shaq, we have a new segment of the podcast called "How Do You Like Them Apples?" And it's where you tell me a fact. It could be literally anything. I might already know it. Who knows? But who doesn't like a little bit of education? The more you know,
Yeah.
How do you like them apples?
Cool.
Yeah. So tell me anything that comes to mind. If you got a fact that you think is super cool and you just have it, like it's one of those things that you heard it once and it just stuck in the back of your mind, let me know.
Mitochondria is a powerhouse of the cell. How you like them apples? No, I'm just kidding.
Holy fuck! Whoa! Mind blown!
Whoa!
My head explodes. Whoa!
One of the most random things that I know that has stayed in my mind from high school is did you know that there is a flap in your throat that covers your trachea while you're eating or drinking food, and that flap is called the epiglottis?
I knew that, but I didn't remember what it was called.
Hell yeah. Epiglottis, baby.
Epiglottis.
Dude,
the English language is the weirdest fucking thing in the world.
It really
Epiglottis.
Epiglottis.
Hey, how's your epiglottis treating you, huh? Is it treating you properly? Is it functioning properly?
Is it functioning properly?
Do you drink water and choke? Oh, your epiglottis, it's working.
Epiglottis, it's functioning just well, all good and well.
I'm glad. Is that you eating that pizza? Good for you. The epiglottis is working. I don't see you choking.
Go. You have a strong epiglottis there, young man. Wonderful.
Holy shit. I hope to one day be that guy who just sits in a pizza shop and walks up to people who are eating and be like, "Up, look at you, your epiglottis, it's working, going full time right now. Look at that, you're not. You look at you."
That's the retirement goal. There's nothing else in life. You just want to end up in a fucking pizza shop. You're not even the one who owns it. It could be just a fucking Domino's or like an old school Pizza Hut.
It's not even. It's like I'm like one of those people who just sit in a coffee shop and do work. But I don't have pizza. I just have a glass of water and I sit in a pizza shop all day, reading a newspaper, drinking water. Don't even order pizza. And every single time someone comes up, I'm like, "Oh, hey, how's it going? You getting your pizza today? What toppings you thinking? You going pepperoni? You getting some mushrooms on that, boy?" Oh, geez.
I'm just imagining you walking up to like a couple, right? A couple.
That nice little strut, just like, "Whoa, yeah, how's it going?"
Back in my day, I used to have the strongest epiglottis in town. You know, you don't realize what you have until it's gone, and then you take a sip of the water and you choke on it a little bit because of the epiglottis.
Too bad I lost my epiglottis in Nam.
Yeah, I'm blowing right off. I think it was the mustard gas or something. I'm not quite sure.
Have you seen Monsters vs. Aliens, that animated film?
Yes, with Seth Rogen, his little blob guy.
Yeah, is Bob? Yeah. There's the general in that. He talks like this. He's the whole time, and he's like, "I would cry right now if I didn't lose my tear ducts in the war." That's how I'd be. Just be like, back in the day, I had the strongest epiglottis, and now it's gone. Still, it's lost in the wind. Oh damn!
I think about it every day. I got a picture of it in my wallet.
It's just you with your mouth open. It's a picture of the back of someone's throat.
That'd be so funny.
This is my epiglottis, and below here I have the picture of Dolores' epiglottis. She's my past wife. This is my other wife's epiglottis. Just keeps
gonna-
opening more photos that are in his wallet.
Listen, I'm gonna remember this moment, and if we ever get the opportunity to meet in person, I'm gonna have an overexposed photo in my wallet of just the back of my throat, and I'm just gonna hand it to you and say nothing and see if you remember.
Here's a picture of my epiglottis. Enjoy.
It's my epiglottis. Enjoy it, man.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Dude, going off of what we just talked about before, the question that we totally derailed on.
Yeah.
One of my favorite thing about streaming, it piggybacking off what you said, is just making people laugh. But then also, I'm fucking dumb as shit. You know, I'm immature.
Damn.
Like I like to think that I have a good head on my shoulders, but you can ask anybody who knows me. My stream, you've been in my streams. The noises that I fucking make. I don't know why. When I'm just playing a game, something will happen, and I'll do something, and I'll laugh at myself, and I'll just be like, and it's just, I don't know what it is. I have a command. We've been counting how many. It's exclamation moan, but it can literally be any noise, and it's just Ben Josh made this many noises, and it just counts up. We're like almost 2,000 now, and it's just because like I'll just be playing a game. And you know how when those sound effects, like you crunch on an apple, like in Minecraft, just like, you know, I'll just be like, I'll just mimic it because I think it's funny. And like, and people are just like,
to do it.
Exclamation moan. And it just counts up. It's just so stupid. And like, that's the glorious part of just like people on Twitch, like Capri and Murr and you and Nandre and all those people like who are just like, fucking just shitheads. We're just dumb. We're just fucking dumb. Yeah. Like think of like Nandre. He fucking streamed in a green screen suit with hot dog water and just sat in his tub with fucking hot dogs. Why? No,
that guy
because
has the most meta ideas. He just says,
the weirdest shit.
I had this idea, I'm gonna do it.
It's the weirdest shit, but it's so good. It's so good. And those are the stupidest things. Like for me, since the get-go, like literally the beginning of the stream, I said, At one point, one of the goals will be, if you guys hit it, I will dress up as the Apple Lord himself, which I don't even know what that outfit would be. I'll have to come up with something. But I will get into a hot tub full of apple juice.
Oh
and
God.
I will do a hot tub stream as the Apple Lord in a tub of apple juice. And so I told them at 2K we'll get there. That'll be the obligatory thing. So when it's literally one of the requirements we've been looking for at a house is a place with a tub.
That's fucking amazing.
Joy and I have been looking, which is my wife. We've been looking for an apartment for so long, and I was like, "Does it have a tub?"
I am currently looking at green apple costumes right now for you, so we can make this happen.
There's so many.
They're so expensive.
I know. Well, that's why I was just gonna do something basic because like the Apple Lord's supposed to be like this prestigious guy. We have a guy called Mr. Sir Appleton. It's like a voice that I do. I kind of like Joffrey, you sexy bitch, get off your high horse, like that kind of shit.
Dude,
I was like,
get a green suit with like a little top hat and a fucking monocle.
Yes.
And give yourself a little mustache, like a little curly, like Monopoly Man mustache kind of thing.
Welcome to my abode. Today I'm soaking myself in some gala apple juice. I pressed myself this morning. Come sleep with me. Come sleep.
As the juices secreted from my body bring joy and nutrition to.
I am fermenting my nuts.
My nuts are plump and ready to be picked.
By the end of this occasion, my nuts will look like 2 dried figs. Plump and ready.
Ready for consumption.
Oh my God. Dude, it's just dumb shit like that. I love Twitch for that purpose alone. Like I love video games and we do a lot of like trophy hunting and stuff on my stream, but we just also just talk about random shit. And I think that it's one of those things where at least I can see it on your stream. I see it on a lot of other people's streams. It's like we keep saying, "Oh, I think we found like this is my content. This is what I want to do." But it just constantly evolves and it just gets better. You know, it just constantly gets better and better. Like you become who you are. Like obviously, a year from now, you and I both will probably be doing similar things, but like more refined, but also more all over the place in the way that we like things to be. And
Absolutely.
yeah, and I think that's just it's the creative side of things. Like I think that's just such a beautiful process, and I'm
I
excited to see where things go.
Yeah, I started this bit randomly a couple nights ago because I started doing like these DGen hour streams while I play Rust, and I went off on a tangent. I didn't really touch Rust for more than 5 minutes. What I was doing is I was pulling people's names from chat, and I was playing this filler music, like fantasy music or whatever, and I was just speaking in an accent. I was like, "This, gather round, children, is a story of the ferocious, savage alley cat." And I just went on a tangent and I was just telling stories about everybody. And it just ended up being so much fucking fun. So I was like, wait a minute, I need to make this a thing. I could find out how to make this either to fit to a whole stream or just make it a channel point redemption or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. I like that. What is it? It's funny that you say that because like when I first started, one of the things that I did because of like my theater background and stuff like that was I did a In a World redemption where I had a sound play that was like the really intense like dun 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 like it like intense like action movie trailer sounds, and I was like in a world, and I would do the whole like thing, and people could redeem. Oh, here is in a world where apples are the form of currency, and the only way that you could get water is by having your own orchard, so that way you could give an apple to get a gallon, like that kind of thing. And so I would have to make like a trailer as like, in a world where apples are the only currency, how will they survive? Like it was like that whole thing. And I would have like a scene for it where I had cropped, because OBS is so much fun. I had like the inside of a movie theater, and I'd be up on like the screen itself, and we would do that. And now because that was just, it took so much away from what we were doing every single time that happened, that I've now refined it to just doing voices. And then like, if there is a bit that comes up, what I tend to do, because you said you were doing the fantasy, what I normally do is I end up doing like angelic, like choir music, where it's like like fucking the Omen, like that kind of music, and I have like an epic like a thing going in the background. I'm just like, come forth, repent. Like so just great. Make it sound like it's like some like demonic shit. I think that's fucking funny. That's the fantasy thing sounds so funny though. I haven't again, it sucks because like you came in, what is it, today or something like that in my stream, and you're like, oh wow, it's always a bad thing when I've been up long enough to see you go live.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I wake up at like 5:30 every day, and then I go to bed around like 9 to 10. So like normally you go live as I'm going to bed, and
You're
it
old.
sucks. Yeah, I'm an old fart. But here's the thing: I used to stream in the evenings, and I used to be able to watch like Capri and Andre a lot. But my wife got a new job, and she drives like 3 hours every day. She's like 1.5 hours there and 1.5 hours back, which is why we're trying to move. It's a lot. Yeah, it's terrible, especially with the gas right now. That's why we're trying to move. But she works mornings now, where she used to work evenings. So it was perfect because I'd be streaming while she's working, and then we'd be able to spend the mornings together. Whereas now I stream in the morning, she works in the morning. So that way, when in the evenings, we can spend that time together, because obviously that's important for the relationship and stuff. And I want to spend time with her. She's like my best friend. So like it's one of those things.
Kind of cool, yeah.
She's kind of cool, yeah. You could say she's like the joy of my life, but her name's Joy. Sorry.
Oh really?
She's gonna hate me for that. What'd you say?
No, it's just the puns. The puns are good. The puns are strong with you today.
Thank you. I bowed. I don't know why.
I bow back to you, sire.
Thanks. Very, very good. Thanks.
Yes, quite wonderful.
So it just worked better that way, that I'm in the mornings, but yeah, it sucks because I miss a lot of the things. Normally what I'll do is, if you have like an event going on, I'll go back and watch the VOD, because what I normally do is I'll stream, and then after I get off, I'll go take my dog for a walk. I'll get some lunch, and then I'll sit down and I'll work on different things in the Discord and on my own personal stuff, and I'll get to like watch people who are live. But also, if I miss something that I really wanted to watch, I can go back and watch the VOD, which is nice. That's the thing. Dude, people shit on like, oh, the VODs go away so quick. It's 30 days, Like, they're up for so long, and I'm just happy that that's a thing, because some people can have them turned off where it's not saved, and it's so nice because like if you got something going on, or you got like a wedding or a birthday or something shit like that, or you're going to go see a movie and you missed something that you wanted to watch, you can always just go back and watch it, which is sick.
Oh yeah, I love being able to do that. I've missed
Yeah.
a couple of my friends' streams and stuff, and being able to go back and have the ability to watch it is fucking great.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But yeah, dude, I'm excited to see what the future has in store. You know, I can't believe it's already half of the fucking summer's over already. It's fucking
dude, it's
half
fucking
of June.
bullshit.
It's fucking
They
June went
told me as
away.
a kid, yeah, they're like, as a kid, when you get older, your life is just gonna flash before your eyes. Everything's gonna move by so fast. And I was like, yeah, right, dude. Okay, 2 weeks takes forever to go by. And now I sleep for one day, and all of a sudden it's fucking October.
Yeah,
I don't know where
it's
I am.
crazy, dude. One of my mods had 2 weeks off from work, literally 2 weeks, and then we were talking about, we're gonna be able to play all this Fortnite together, and we're gonna be able to just chill out and hang, and they'll be in streams like the entire time. Blah 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 blah. Today was their last day off, and I was like, you literally told me like yesterday that you had 2 weeks off, and it's just I sat there for a moment. I was like, holy shit, days go by so fucking quickly now.
Especially when you're having fun. Especially when you're having fun. Things just zip by, and then you're sad that it went by so fast.
Yeah. Whenever I try to plan like my yearly vacation, I always try to do 2 weeks, because the first week goes by so quickly that you don't have enough time to relax.
Yeah.
And then that second week is where you actually relax. But holy fuck, man. Like things just go by so quickly, And it's weird to think about, because there's only 52 weeks in a year, which makes it sound like there's no time at all.
Yeah, exactly. There's not enough time in a day. And I think that's part of the reason why I like to stay up so late too.
Dude.
The DJ hours. I feel like I don't have enough time to do anything or hang out with friends and stuff like that. So
if there's any technological advancements we need besides solving illnesses and onset things, is less sleep that's needed to function.
Yes, please. For the love of God.
We sleep like for me personally, like I get around like 5 to 8 hours depending, It just depends on the day. And like if you sleep 8 hours, that's a third of your day gone.
Yep.
That's fucking nuts. Like you think about that, like holy fuck, man. That's like, and if you're working an 8-hour shift, that's 2/3 of your day gone. So that 8 hours is your lunch, your dinner, your breakfast, and your hangout time. That's fucking no time at all. And most places give you like an hour lunch now. So now it's like 9 hours that you're at work plus the time to get there and back.
Oh man, when I was working at IT, what I would do is I wouldn't even eat lunch. I had the opportunity to just kind of eat throughout the day and stuff. So when lunch hit, I would walk out to my car in the parking structure, blast the AC, and just fall asleep. I'd set an alarm till like 5 minutes before I had to clock back in, and I'd be walking back into the building looking like I was a fucking zombie, because I have the ability, if I tried, to fall asleep pretty fucking fast most of the time.
That's nice.
Yeah.
You lucky son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I wish I could do that. I'm not. It takes me so long. My brain can't stop zooming. And so I'll just sit there and I'll fucking think about things, and then I realize 30 minutes have gone by, and I'm like, holy fuck. And then I'll like try to like get into a comfortable position, and then I'll keep thinking about things as I'm trying to fall asleep. And that's why like I was so surprised when I took those Delta 8 gummies, because it fucking just knocked me the fuck out. And I was like, I slept so well, and it was so quick. Dude. Holy shit.
It just sounds amazing. I bought these. It was a weed seltzer.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your I saw that on your stream.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I drank an entire one.
Oh.
And I was fighting for my life to stay alive, dude. I was still in Discord with people. I was just screen sharing. We were watching some videos, and I was posted up in my bed. I had like my pillows in a like really comfy way, and I was fighting this day awake. I couldn't stop it, and then I just kind of gave up and just fucking knocked out. And then I woke up like a little bit later, and I was like, I go to bed. I disconnected, and then I slept so well, man. It was great.
It's so nice. It's so nice. My friend owns a shop up the road, and I literally met. I used to vape like religiously, and this past fall, I just quit cold turkey because I like to sing, and it was really, I could tell that it had affected it since I was in high school, Yep. And I was just like, I really like, as much as I love it and it relaxes me, I just want to stop because I want to get my voice back to where it was, and me and my wife quit cold turkey, and it was like such a fucking pain for a month. I felt so like I was just more irritable, basically. But
it's such a bad feeling too, because you know it's like it's not in your control. Like you can't
Yeah.
just be like, all right, I'm just gonna stop being irritable, and then you like take a step out the door and you're fucking
you're like, you go full Arthur with the fist on your side, just
your belt loop catches on the fucking door, some shit. You're like,
son of a
"That's it! I'm
bitch,
sick of this."
fight me.
Yeah.
No, it's stupid, but you know, I'm happy that it's over. But when I was vaping, the guy up the road has a vape shop, and he just opened a CBD shop that's like separate. And
Nice.
so I knew him from that, and he has like a bar in there. You can sit and just always has Twitch streams up, and so you can kind of just sit and watch. And I got to talking with him, and he's just a really roundabout dude. But when I had my back injury, my wife went up there, and we haven't been up there for a while, given the fact that we just we don't vape anymore. So he was all excited. He was like, "Hey, and how's Josh?" And she explained what happened. He's like, "Dude, just take this," and he gave us a fucking whole container of the CBD gummies, like just for free, like the Delta 8 shit. Like it was hefty shit too. And I was like, "That was so kind of you." And because it probably would have run me like $80,
Yeah, absolutely.
which is it was just really nice of him. But that really helped with the initial 2 weeks. I had physical therapy before for my back, so I've been just trying to do those as much as possible, and it's really helped get me back in the groove of things. But I feel so like, do you watch horror movies? Do you like horror movies?
No, I hate them. I'm a little bitch. I can't.
See, I love horror movies. I like being scared, but I don't like horror games, because if I'm like doing them myself, it freaks me the fuck out. Like if I feel like I'm the character, that's too much for me. But I like watching horror movies. But there's this movie called Mama. I don't know if you've ever even heard of it. But it's about this like two girls who get lost in the woods when they're like children, and this like lady ghost of like this past thing raises them basically. So then when they are found and they get adopted, the ghost comes with them and haunts the family,
Oh.
and she was like tortured in a mental institution. And so her body's just fucking like all out of whack, but her back is bent like a fucking like a Z, And
no.
every single time it was like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I look like Mama." No, like, I was like, "That's what I look like." Because literally, like that first week, whenever I'd stand, my whole body would be like shifted to the right, and I would just like waddle around. It was so fucked up. It's like honestly one of the worst injuries I've ever had, but I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. It's just one of those things. You roll with the punches. That's just the way it goes. But Shaq, do you have any questions for me? I've been asking you all these questions. You got any for me? Because now we gotta run off the clock. Not like it's gonna be hard. It's gonna fucking fly by like no tomorrow. But anything that you want to talk about?
This is random, but you mentioned that you worked at Starbucks before, and I also worked at Starbucks.
Did you really?
I did. It was only for about like 6 or 7 months. And it was fun at first, and then I just ended up hating it.
Dude, same.
Do you have a specific instance while you were at Starbucks of like a customer that you just hated?
Bro. So I was working at Starbucks during COVID.
Nice.
It was the worst thing I've ever experienced in my life, because just the sense of entitlement from people was insane. But specifically, there was two people that just pissed me off, and I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to, of course, but because you know how their rules are with Starbucks because you work there. But there was somebody who would always do mobile orders, and they would order the same 3 drinks almost like every other day. And it was the most atrocious shit, like Trenta-size cold brews with like 16 pumps of vanilla, like 18 packets of sugar, all heavy whipping cream. Like it was the most disgusting shit. And it was like 3 drinks that were all equally as bad. And they would get it like almost every other day. And like, not only did it take fucking forever to make the drinks and like rip open every packet of sugar and put them in there, but like they could tell if you didn't put everything in there, Jesus. Like if you forget one, you'd be like, "Oh fuck, I forgot like the vanilla and I just had the sugar packets in it, they'd be like, I don't taste it. And like, you would have to do it again. You're like, fuck, like, oh my God. And that would always piss me off. But there was another one. There's this lady who would come in every day. I shit you not, every single fucking day, sometimes twice. And they would get the same fucking thing every time. They used to have non-fat frappuccinos. And they took it away. And so to make the decaf non-fat frappuccinos that they would get every single day was a very specific thing, like this certain amount of ice, certain amount of milk, certain amount of the frap stuff, certain amount of like a half a decaf espresso shot. It was like a half decaf, like it was just the stupidest thing. But we would charge her for a venti size, which is the large. But any excess, because with how specific it was, it would always make like 2 sizes worth. She would get 2 of them, 2 ventis for nothing. Like pay for one, but she would get both. And she would be so specific on like, she would, you know how the end of the bar where you hand it off, she would stand there and watch you and direct you and had that like fake laugh and was just like, oh, make sure to do this. And you just be like you could feel her eyes on you as you made it. And like, you would have to make that conversation and they would just be so pretentious about it. And like, just so overly nice. And they would bring us donuts every once in a while. But then like, you know how people like have that sense of entitlement where like, because they do something, they think they can say things.
Yep.
It was that. It was just like, oh, I bring you donuts and I'm here every day. So I can tell you how I really feel, or I know you personally enough to like come knock on your window while you're on break outside and like give your car and be like, hi, how you doing? How's life? And it's like, I don't know you. I don't know you. Like, it's so weird. Yeah. What about you? Because those are the two customers that always would annoy me because they were so frequent. But I want to hear yours. But then also I want to hear what your worst customer experience was.
Well, okay. So first of all, I got cock blocked at Starbucks.
Oh, wait, what?
I was on my break. There was a regular that comes in, and like I was picking up the vibe from her, and like I don't know what it is, by the way, but these aprons at Starbucks have some magic powers because I've never had this much attention on me in my life. But I was sitting outside of my break. Yeah, dude. So this she's about to walk in, and I'm sitting outside on my break. And she decides to walk up to me and come talk to me. And then another regular that we have literally cuts her off, sits down at the table that I'm at, and then starts talking to me about herself and her kids and like how she just bought them a new Xbox and stuff.
God.
And then I was like, what do I do to get out of this situation? There's nothing I could do. Like, this just sucks. So the girl ended up walking in, grabbing her drink, and then leaving. And I was like, bye, Jenna. Fucking, it's so awkward, man.
It is. I don't know what it is about the familiarity of Starbucks. I think it's because of it being looked at as like a fancier place, you know?
Yeah.
And because of the way they hold themselves to like a certain standard, that people feel like it's more of like a family run thing than it is a corporation. And so those regulars feel like they want to have that small town diner vibe at a Starbucks. That's how they view it. You know?
100%.
It's not like with how quickly you're supposed to get like a drink made on bar to the drive-through window and like out, like there's no room. They're all talk to the customers. Like, you have no time. There's none. You want me to get this drink made and out in 45 seconds? Like, how am I supposed to slip in there? How are you doing? How's your day? How's your wife? How's your dog? Like, you can't.
Yeah.
You know? And they were pushing that so much during COVID, and I was like, we only have drive-through open. The only person who can talk who is masked is at drive-through, and the line's all the way around the building. How are we supposed to ask them how they're doing? You know?
Yeah. See, I got to work at a cafe. Mine didn't have a drive-through, thankfully. I think I would have gone insane much sooner if there was a drive-through.
That would have been. I think a cafe would have been a lot nicer, to be honest.
I mean, it was. You definitely could be more personable with like the guests and stuff, which was kind of cool. I like talking to people in that sense and everything. But I can't believe she cock blocked me, and she follows me. And she found me on Instagram and followed me.
Oh, that's weird. That's so
Yes,
fucking
dude.
weird.
Yeah, man.
You know, it's like I'm just a person doing this job. Like, I don't know you. Why are you friending me? I just make your coffee. Like,
Yeah, that's it. I was like, there's nothing past this. Like, I give you your coffee, you talk too much, I act like I'm listening, and then you leave.
yep. That's the exchange that we have. That's the extent. You
Yeah,
ask me how I'm doing, not what my life story is. You know, you give me your life story
exactly.
without me asking. I don't ask for that. You give that to me. You know,
There's
I
a
know
whole
about your
Tom
wife and
Segura bit about this.
yeah, I know. No, dude, Reddit. Oh my god, it's so funny. The Starbucks Reddit page is so funny to me.
Oh, I've got to check that out. I've never even seen it. I
R
didn't know that
slash
was a thing.
Starbucks. Yeah, and dude, the stories on there are insane. My
Oh,
worst experience was we had a new partner come in, and I was training them, and they were on drive through with me, and I was taking orders. They would just like check them out, so that way they could watch it happening and like understand the process. And and we had a person come up. This was during COVID, so like we only had drive through open. Um, the person had a truck. They couldn't go through the drive through, so they they walked in the drive through. All right, with
uh-huh.
all of the cars around the building, and we were packed. It was fucking busy as shit, and they were in between the cars, just standing, walking, and came up. The person in front of them was like, "Hey, I'd like to pay for the person behind me's drink," and I couldn't see, and you can't tell that he's not in a car through the drive-through thing because you could only hear their voice. So
Yeah.
they were like, "I'll pay for the person behind me." Like, cool, and they took the $5 or whatever, and they put it on the on the counter to wait for the next person. And when they came up, they were like, "Hey, can I order coffee?" Or like, "Hey, I'm here to get my coffee," and like, we can't hand you and do the transaction because legally, like, it's dangerous for us to do it because you're supposed to be in a car. And they're like,
Yeah.
okay, no worries. My friend's coming soon. I'll just hop in his car and then we'll go around again. And we're like, cool. We'll save your drink. We'll actually make it new for you just so it's, good to go, blah, blah, blah. No big deal. He was cool. We were cool. But the lady who
Yeah.
was in front thought we just said, no, you're not getting your coffee. And so we just had the money that they gave to do that. So they went into the
Oh.
line and waited 40 minutes to go back through to then come up to the window past the drive thing. So they didn't even talk to us on the intercom. They just went up to the drive through and just started spewing slurs. Like, I'm talking the worst of the worst. Just
Oh
spewing
no.
slurs, being like, you guys are fucking dumb, blah, blah, blah. Like, you stole from us. Like, you stole the money and you weren't even going to take it. Like, you're such like a, ingrate, blah, 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 blah. Like, and like the person at the window who was a partner of ours, they're African American. So that's enough
Yeah.
said. The slurs that were being said.
Oh man.
It
Yeah.
was intense. It was fucking intense. And I have a video on my Google Drive, but it was sent from an iPhone to my Android. So you know how that like the quality change when people send those,
so
it's
bad
fucking
quality
terrible.
change.
So it looks
It's
like it was
2022,
recorded
we
on
should
a
fix
fucking
this.
nano. It's so fucking bad. But I have the video. It's just you can't fucking hear anything except for like the person inside who our shift manager came over and be like, sorry, here's your $5. Like, this is the reason why. And they like were half out the window just fucking spitting and like, and this is during COVID, so they were spitting and shit. And it was just like, I was like, bro, like this is fucking insane. It was just so bad. It got really bad towards the end of when I was working there, and I was really happy that I could go full time because the boss that I had, the person who was our manager, she was stealing money and doing a bunch of other shit, like having people work even when they had COVID and shit, and now they got fired. I've actually found out a year into me streaming and doing it full time, one of my old partners messaged me and they're like, hey, she finally got fired. And I was like, oh shit. And it was on Christmas.
Oh hell
It was
yeah.
on Christmas.
Oh damn.
Dude, it
On
was so
Christmas?
not on Christmas, but like it was like New Year's. It was like the week before Christmas. She got
Damn, dude.
fired. It was so bad. I mean, I was happy because it was a terrible condition for everyone working there. But at the same
Yeah.
time, I was just like, I mean, you just fucking got what you deserve. Like, if you're fucking doing all that shit, like, I'm glad that it finally, got handled.
That's
But
actually why I left Starbucks, is because I ended up getting COVID.
oh
And
shit.
yeah, I still wasn't feeling well, and they were being like very forceful to make me come back in. And I was like, how about I just don't come back ever? See ya.
Bye.
And
Yeah.
I haven't worked since. I've been unemployed for like a few months now. I've literally, it's my fault. I put in minimal effort to look for like newer jobs and stuff. I've been seeing how long I could ride this out of the whole no work thing until I
Yeah.
absolutely can't do it anymore. Which
That's tough. It's
e-
tough.
every time I feel like I'm hitting that wall for like, I don't know if I can keep doing this, there I get like a little bit of bump in streaming and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I can't keep doing this. Nice.
The only reason that I'm able to do this full time is because of my wife. That she's literally the breadwinner of our of our partnership. Like I don't have huge numbers. I don't make a lot every month, but I do get a payout every month, which is great, and I'm very appreciative of that. But it's not like anything that's like, oh, this is you're working a part-time job,
Yeah.
So, but like, I mean, I'm just happy to be doing it, and I'm trying to make the best of it. And I definitely could be doing more, but it's just one of those things where it's, um, it, it, and I talked to a few other people who went full time about it. It's like, how you're like, oh, we're gonna go full time. I'm gonna edit. I'm gonna do all these things. I'm gonna be posting on all those different socials and stuff like that. There's enough time in the day,
There's not.
You fucking drain yourself so fucking quick. And I've this past year was really tough on me with like mental health and just like trying to find, like, I never feel like I'm doing enough, and so
Yeah.
it eats away at you, and it's just one of those things that I think that all of us have to deal with. But finding the balance of like what I know I'm able to do in a day and still be able to relax and be able to have some me time and spend time with my wife and my dog and other people and be able to see other people's streams, like finding that like, oh, it's okay not to be in every person's stream all the time every day, because that's just not doable. And not being able to post a TikTok every day or blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just one of those things that like you have to know what your limits are. And I know that what I'm doing right now, I could do a little bit more, and I'm adding things slowly as I go, but I'm going to a point where I know that if I keep doing this and I stream every day, Monday through Friday for this many hours, this many things, I will not get drained. And I'm just doing that and then slowly adding more things. Like, yeah, it's a slower process, but I'm not going to be fucking burned out. So I think that's
the best way to do
thing.
it without burning yourself out.
Exactly.
Slowly add stuff on, see if you're capable of keeping it up for a couple of weeks, and if you can, keep doing that, and then go to the steps of trying to add another thing.
Exactly. No, well, that's like this podcast. This is episode 39. I've been doing for over 39 weeks now. Every week.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm proud of that. Like it's something small, but like, I'm doing it every week. I'm having guests on. I'm doing the, the questions and doing the editing for it and putting it on. And it's you just got to do what you got to do.
You're going to hit that 1 year before you know it, man. It's going to be sick.
I know. Isn't that fucking crazy? It started in September.
Hell yeah.
September's
nuts. My birthday.
Oh shit. Wait, when is September?
September 14th.
Fuck, mine's August 21st.
Let's go.
Fucking hell yeah.
Does that make you a Virgo as well?
No, I'm like a trailing Leo or whatever the fuck that is. Like I'm like
trailing
the last
Leo.
day. I'm like the last day of like the cusp of Leo,
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like right before it switches to being Virgos, I'm the Leo. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucking sick. My little brother's a Leo. He's August 13th for him.
And I know a lot of people who are in August. It's crazy. There's
a lot of August and September birthdays, man. It's wild.
Yeah. It's that Christmas. It's that Christmas New Year fucking literally fucking. It's that New Year fucking. Dude, I want to say thank you for coming on again. You did this technically twice now, and I really appreciate you coming on. There's a little section here at the end that we always do. You remember it last time, which is a little improv section. It's the not sponsor of the episode, where I'm going to give you a item or subject to sell, and you have to sell it to me. Just like last time where we did something that we will not say, which was hilarious. We're going to do it again today. And then we'll have you plug yourself. So since I am the host, you can give me something to sell. I'll go first, and then I'll give you something.
Okay. You want me to give you something to sell? Okay.
A pitch or whatever. Yeah.
Antiperspirant for Your butt cheeks for swamp ass. Antiperspirant for swamp ass.
Oh,
yeah.
Something we all need in our life. So
I struggle with swamp ass, man.
we suffer with it every day. I've suffered for 4 years. Everybody, it's summer. It's summertime, everybody. You know, it's halfway through. You know, you're realizing that, wow, you know, I got my summer bod. Wow, I went to the pool a lot. Wow, I like to go hiking and camping. And there's still more time. But something that you might not realize, or you have realized, and that's why you're listening to this pitch today, is swamp ass. Swamp ass is one of the worst fucking things that you can get. It's uncomfortable. You itch at your butt. You got to get your shorts all in jambles, you know, and then when you sit down, you're like, oh, the little squish sound. Oh, fuck. Disgusting. You know? No one wants to see your bod if you got squishy ass, you know? No one wants that. So thanks to today's sponsor, not sponsor, which is Swamp Be Gone, the antiperspirant for your fucking butt and balls. You can now eliminate the swamp. You know, you might be living in Florida. The humidity's high. You have to deal with meth heads all the time. Who fucking knows? You know, you got other things to worry about besides your ass cheeks. Come on down. Get some Swamp Be Gone. Swamp Be Gone. Now selling for $19.99, shipping included. Call in today, 555 non-swamp. Get yours today. It's only $19.99 for a pack of 6. You get about, you know, probably 2 months uses out of a bottle if you're going outside daily. It's fantastic. All your problems will be gone. You'll be smelling good. Did I mention it smells like a tropical explosion in your pants? Well, guess what? That's what it smells like. So if anybody's near your ass for some reason, I don't know, we're playing volleyball and someone falls, you'll smell like a tropical explosion. That sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Come get your Swamp Be Gone. Antiperspirant for your butt cheeks. Thank you for sponsoring today's episode. Yes. Claps all around.
I'll take 5. I'll take
a whole pack. Thank you. All right. For you, my friend. We're gonna go Adam Sandler. A remote control that controls your erection.
Controls your erection.
Yes.
Okay.
The only way to get hard is by having the controller. If you're out of batteries, you're out of luck.
Okay. I'm going to go with your route for the accent change for this too. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Again, that's just where I fall into every single time. It's from Boston for some reason.
Now, listen. From time to time, I know we all have difficulties getting it up, all right? You approach that age where your libido is low. You just don't have too much testosterone. But what if I told you that we could fix that for you today with a remote? The same one that you would use to watch your football, your WWE wrestling, and your TLC shows, whatever you want to watch, okay? With the simple click of a button, you can start to engorge your bits, all right? Faster than the eye could ever imagine. You're going to think you're back in your teenage years, all right? Just out of high school, fucking everything, all right? All you got to do is press a button, and then boom, erection. Now, we have multiple functions as well. If you've got a special lady with interesting bits as well, and you need it to lean a little more to the left or to the right, simply hit the arrow keys to adjust it for you. It's a very easy fix, all right? And the best part about this is we are selling it for a low rate of $25.99. 2 payments of $25.99, okay? But you could pay it all up front right now, and we'll even include the batteries for the remote. They'll leave you feeling healthier, engorged. You'll have a raging sex life at the retirement home like no other. You can sleep with Sally, with Mary, with Jane, with Judith, with Gertrude, all of them, all at once. And you're going to have the sexual prowess of that king that you once were. Call today to 123. My dick's up now. Your free remote. I don't know.
My dick's up now. Oh, my God. Well done. That was good. I like that. What was it? Epiglottis?
Epiglottis.
Yeah. Epiglottis. You know, we got a remote for that too. You want to make someone
We
choke
do.
on the spot? Flip up the epiglottis.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
It's
my
a small,
God.
compact one. It's pocket size. You could carry it with you anywhere. Will not be detected when you bring it through the airports either.
Just don't lose
Don't be evil with it, though.
Just don't
Don't be
lose it.
evil.
it. Dude, you imagine? Just walking around the airport, just clicking the button to make everyone get hard.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that was so funny. Holy shit. Oh
You'll
my
get an
God.
erection. You'll get an erection. Everybody gets an erection. Check under your seats. It's an erection.
You just see a guy from a far distance, like pointing a remote at you and going, you're just like, ah, what's happening?
Wait a minute.
My penis. Oh
I would
man.
make it like a wand thing, like Wingardium Leviosa or like Engorgio. And then I would hit the
Engorgio.
button and then just.
Whoa. Oh my God. Dude, thank you again, seriously, for coming on. Where can the people find you? Plug yourself a little bit. Sexually or
yeah.
non-sexually.
Okay. You can find me twitch.tv/thechak_THECHAK. I stream Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 5 p.m. PST normally. I do a bunch of improv stuff. I got an improv show called Yep also, and it's pretty fun. I'm also same thing on Instagram too. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. That's one. Hover, another one. A bunch of shit. I'm everywhere.
Hell yeah. We'll have Shaq's information down below if you guys want to go check him out. Please do. Wonderful, wonderful person and very funny guy. Very funny guy. Go check them out.
No,
Go hang out. Oh, Shaq. But everybody, thank you all for listening. And I appreciate you all thoroughly for coming back and listening every single fucking week. And sorry about the hiatus, life comes first. And I was a broken pencil, So this is the way it goes. But Shaq, thank you all for being on. I appreciate the shit out of you. Everyone, remember to eat your apples and stay funky, my dudes. Bye.